We are here in the building, guys. We are here in the building. And man, whether this your first, second, and or third time joining the podcast, guys, the Robvanharris Show. Welcome back, man. Welcome back. If you are a returning member, guys, you already know what this podcast is built upon. If this is your first time joining us, you about to find out what this podcast is built upon. Guys, what we focus on here, guys, is not only just building up the overall man and woman in their real estate journey, but we want to help you to basically, guys, thrive not only in real estate, but to thrive in life. That's what this podcast focuses on, right? So we do that by bringing on real people with real stories that's out here doing real things and accomplishing great exploits, guys. And man, I'm excited, guys, because I always get the question, Rob, how do I get started in real estate? Rob, how can I get started with my real estate portfolio? Rob, how can I start building a legacy that I'm gonna be able to leave behind for my family? You know, that we all can be proud of. And that's what we talk about. And that's what we're going to talk about today, guys. I have two amazing, young, amazing young women with me here today, guys. They are from Jamaica, and they have come from a long journey of just trial, tribulation, guys. But you know that saying that just say how a flower can bloom from concrete, guys. They are that flower that bloomed from concrete. Man, they've been through it all. You know, they specialize. So the guests that we're gonna have with us today, guys, they specialize in sober living, housing. Okay. They've also done it all. They've done fix and flipping. You know, the whole they are in a mastermind with me, and everybody know these ladies because they're connectors, right? Like everybody knows them to where they know everybody. So like they're the people who everybody go to when they're trying to be connected to the right source, right? So everybody knows these ladies, guys, in regards to just being not only just go-givers, man. They don't just only live from, I always say, man, when you give from the place of abundance, you would truly live from the place of abundance. And these ladies truly define what I mean when I give you that statement right there. Or should I say that quote? So guys, man, get ready. Guys, get ready, man, because it's going to be an amazing podcast. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. We want to make that clear going into the podcast. Again, guys, you're here. It's the Robvanharris Show. Whether it's your first time, second time, or you've been here for every show. We always add value. We always be sure to add value. You guys going to have the opportunity to leave comments. So make sure you leave comments, asking questions. You having trouble with your real estate journey right now? Leave a comment. You know, I can help you with that, guys. If you don't know who I am, again, Robvanharris. It's the Robvanharris Show. I have over 20 years of experience, guys. I do everything from fixing and flipping. I have a huge rental portfolio. Most of that rental portfolio have been built from creative financing. So owner financing, subject to, and creative. When I say creative, we're referring to creative strategies like that. Yeah, man. And I own several businesses, guys. And I run this multi-million dollar, what you may want to refer to as a, corporation, empire, whatever you want to refer to it as. I run it with my family, my wife and my 4 kids. So we're a family-owned business, guys. I've been in the me and my wife. We've been in this industry now again for over 20 years. So it's really nothing. If you're someone that may be looking to break into the industry of real estate, rather it's building up your portfolio, becoming a wholesaler or a fix and flipper, whatever it may be, I will be able to give you assistance and give you guidance as to how you can make that possible. And the guests that's going to be joining us today is going to also be able to give you direction as to how you can make that possible. With that being said, guys, again, amazing guests on today, guys. I'm excited. And I know I say it all the time, but I'm really excited, man, because again, these ladies are friends of mine. That's why I wanted to welcome them onto the podcast. Again, I'm keep calling the podcast, Rob. It's the Robvanharris show now, guys. I'm sorry. Let me correct myself. It's the Robvanharris show now, guys. I wanted to bring them on, man, because they're very straightforward. They're very authentic. They're transparent. And I love just basically breaking bread with people like that because y'all know anything about me, man. That's just what I built my business upon, guys. Just just being my authentic self. You know what I mean? No fluff, all raw and uncut. And I think that's what these women right here represent, man. Without further ado, guys, I would like to introduce to you my friends, guys, Roni and Tracy. Yeah. Welcome to the
Hi.
ladies.
Hi, Rob.
What's up, family?
Hey, we're excited to be here.
Man, I'm excited to have you here. I really am. I really am. So it's two of you on. It's two. Usually one other person next to me on the screen, or is one other person next to me, in a seat. Today we have the sisters. Roni and Tracy, the Brown sisters. So y'all, listen. Let's start. Let's start this thing off. I'm a true believer, and before you can build an empire, you have to start with a sturdy foundation. So we're gonna go back. Let's start from the beginning, ladies. Let's talk about, your journey, where you come from. How did you get started in this world of sober living, housing, and real estate, and fixing and flipping? Where did it begin? Bring us into your world. Starting with you, Tracy.
You're starting with me?
Yes.
Okay. Well, my journey actually started in Jamaica because I have been involved with ground-up construction with two multifamily properties. And that's where, and I'm talking 20 years ago as well, to now managing the properties. Well, one of the two properties, because the first one was all sold off. Now I'm managing the second one. And I also have been involved with Airbnbs. I'm on the north coast of Jamaica, as well as I have a bed and breakfast on the north coast as well in Ocho. So that's where my journey started. I migrated to the United States about 3 years ago. And of course, after being there, Roni had been there for 20 years. And she said, Tracy, let's do this real estate. Of course, we went through a few other mentorship programs until Roni stumbled on Sub 2. From the Sub 2 experience is when we really started to take off. We've learned so much on this journey, and we appreciate being a part of the Sub 2 community because we have a whole community of like-minded people to experience with, to learn from, and to grow. And so that's where we're at now, Roni.
I love that. I love that. Roni, come on, help us out. Bring it home. That's good stuff.
As Tracy said, I lived here for like 20 odd years, and then Tracy joined us. However, I live in Georgia, started off in Miami, moved to Georgia. While I was here and seeing Tracy do all that real estate in Jamaica, I was tempted and wanted to learn more and wanted to do real estate myself. And, everybody who comes up from, an immigrant or anybody in general think you need to actually go into the bank and, you need to save up enough money for a down payment in order to purchase houses. And, all of those things would go through my mind. How would I start investing in real estate, when I have to come up with a down payment to get into the property, go to the bank, do all the things that people think the traditional way of purchasing a property is. And then, we got into the real estate to, a mentorship. And then in that mentorship, we kind of learned about sub-2 creative financing, but not as much as once we joined the sub-2 community. Our minds were blown with the fact that we could get into houses with creative financing by no money down, other people's money. And that's actually where I started my journey. Once I joined, I lent money I transferred all my money from my 401k that I wasn't using, which I had left over from other companies that I worked at, where I'd left them in like one of those, standard IRA companies. And then I moved it into a self-directed IRA. And from then, everything took off. I was able to lend people money to start their own real estate business and, earn double-digit income from them. So that's kind of where I started. I'm still lending. Every time, people still come to me, I'm like, I'm all tapped out because I've lent a lot of money out right now. And it comes with the good and the bad, the whole lending space. And we've taken some hits, and you lend and you never lose, but there are times when Tracy and we've lent and we're still waiting to get funds back.
Wow, that's deep. That's deep. And it was deep about what you both just touched on, right? You all joined a mentorship program, which we are familiar with because we're all members and students of this mentorship sub-2 program, sub-2 mentoring. And well, I don't call it a mentorship program. I call it a community because it's so different, man. It's so different. It's one of the, I tell people all the time, man, like it's a difference between a mentorship or a mentoring program and a community. It's a huge difference. But here's one thing I want to point out, and I don't want to go over you guys' head. They both are basically, from Jamaica, right? They said that they joined the mentorship and they started tapping into these different sectors of the business, lending and things like that. And I forgot to make mention of that, ladies. Forgive me. I forgot you guys are lenders as well. And here is the thing, man. I noticed statistically, 1%, and Pace even touched on this recently. I heard Pace touch on this. And I seen these same statistics. 1% of people who basically watch YouTube videos, IG, Facebook, looking to break into the real estate industry, 1% of them take action. Only 1%. And then it jumps from 1% to 12, maybe 10 to 12% of people who actually go and get within a actual real estate program. And then Pace touched on, he said within the sub-2 community, I think it's like 80%. That's ridiculous. Like of people that's actually taking action, actually making money. And that's what I try to explain to people. Like, you don't have to be the person. You may not be the person that's looking to do what Rob do out there in the field, managing crews, going to all these abandoned houses and things like that, knocking walls down, etc. You may just be the person that say, you know what? I just want to press a button. I just want to go ahead and send my money to a person like Rob.
Yes.
That's the boots on the ground that's willing to go in and manage all these crews and find the projects and this and that. Or I want to put my money in a project with Rob. And then I can learn to do the things that Rob do.
Yep.
Right.
And you just touched on that.
Yes.
Such a key point. That's why I didn't want to just go past that without, really tapping into what you just touched on. They said that sub-2 seems to be a recurring theme from the guests. Seems to be a proven strategy with the right knowledge. There it is, man.
Absolutely.
There it is. So let's touch on that a little bit, guys, because I get that all the time. Rob, can I just learn it from watching YouTube? Rob, do you think I need to hire a coach? What do you recommend I do? Let me ask you this question, ladies. What do you recommend they do?
Join a community. It is so important to get the mentorship within the community that we're in. And it's not just the person at the top, you know, it's everybody. Rob, how many times have I called you and you've given me advice on no, don't do that, yes, do that, do it this way.
Yeah.
It's just the community that we're in, and it's not about mentorship, really. It's really just the community.
Right.
And you know, we learn about, you know, creative financing, subject to seller financing, all the different methods that I won't even bother to go into. But lending was where I started. Lending was where, you know, got me in touch with a lot of people and got me into, you know, I have different properties now because of lending and because of even tapping into my IRA, which I didn't even know I could do. You
and
know,
it's someone in the community
exactly
who introduced the idea to her.
Yeah.
Access.
Access.
What you're talking about right now, Ronnie, is access.
Yep.
That's right.
Being able to pick up the phone and just call me and bounce questions off of me just from having access.
That's
Being
right.
able to call a Pace, a Rob, an Abraham. You know what I mean? Access. A Julian.
Yep.
Access. And here is the thing too. You're able to weed out as to who's who and what's what. You know what I mean? You're able to weed out as to who's who and what's what, because right now, like, and honestly speaking, you guys both lend money. If I came, let's just say I was raising capital and I wanted to basically raise capital for one of my fix and flip projects. Honestly speaking, Tracy and Ronnie, would y'all lend me money for that fix and flip project?
You 100%.
100%.
100%.
Why?
Because you have demonstrated the experience and the responsibility and with all your projects. I know, you know, not, and you know, somebody always say you can't trust your grandmother. Based on being in that community, I've learned how to do underwriting. I've learned how to, so yeah, you would come to me and say, and I would obviously, because of who you are, would be more lean to lend you money, but I'd still have to do my underwriting no matter who presents this deal to me to make sure it makes sense.
That's right. It's good stuff. Tracy?
I would 100% lend to you, to Rob. I mean, you have shared so much of your journey that even though as part of the community and part of what we've learned being in the community, we know how to underwrite. So we know what to look for, what not to look for. But there's also that aspect of trust, which is absolutely important, that we know that we've seen you, we've seen what you've gone through, and we feel like, you know, I mean, you're gonna show us exactly what you want to do.
That's right.
And we will look at the situation, and then of course we will, based on what we know so far. That's what the whole community is all about, and that's why we feel good about being in this community. It's a comfort zone that we're in.
Family, really. It's like family to me.
Yeah.
I love that. Somebody said facts. 100. Exactly. Guys, did you hear? I wanna look what they both said. Rob, we know you.
Yeah.
We know that you have a proven concept. You've been out here, we watch your journey. We know that you're in the community, one of the leaders in the community. We watch you for years. But that's what they say. You notice what they added on the end of that? We're gonna underwrite it though.
Yeah.
We're gonna underwrite it. Because guess what? If you guys, so 2 aha moments from that. 1, share your journey, guys. You don't have to wait until it's perfect. Start sharing your journey. And y'all know, everybody that's here know me. Rather it's the good, it's the bad, or the ugly. I share it.
Yeah.
They know that about me in the community. That's what everybody knows before in the community. I share it all. Because I'm delivered from the opinions of man, guys. That's one thing about me. I'm look, you can love me, you can hate me, but one thing I understand that I have an audience. I have kids. I have people that glean to me and look up to me. And one thing I'm not going to be is fake. When I show up on a scene, whether it's on another person's podcast or my podcast, you always get the raw and uncut. You always going to get the real. You always going to get the uncensored version of Robvanharris, because it's too much of that out here, and people are being affected by it. People are being hurt. So let me just say this: what they said is, one, we're going to underwrite it. Two, it's not in writing; it doesn't exist. Right? So, guys, make sure I'm one of them Robs, my guy. Tag Bill Spicer. I one of them Robs, my guy. Like, listen, like, just make sure. I don't care how reputable that person is. I don't care how successful they look on social media. Do your due diligence and understand this. Remember this. If you don't remember nothing else I said on this podcast, that if it's not in writing, it doesn't exist, guys. All right. Hey, guys, continue to like, comment, subscribe, man. We're going to keep this thing rolling. Guys, speaking of the fake and the real, the good, the bad, the ugly, that we know that comes with this real estate game that we're in, right? Let's talk a little bit about this. We know you guys are into sober living, housing, right? Before we actually tap into the success story, let's talk about some of the trials and tribulations that came with you all getting to where you are today, building the money to be able to lend, being able to buy sober housing living. Because it's this misconception about like the real estate game that you can just basically be zapped to the top. You're just going to do this one deal and be able to do what you're doing, Roni, and start lending people money, or doing what I'm doing, buying 2-3 properties a week and each week and things like that, right? Like, it takes time, it takes experience, but it comes with building that experience, going through, getting to where you all are today and where we're at today. Let's talk about some of the trials and tribulations that came with that journey, guys.
Man.
Oh, wait. Somebody said, wait a minute, lady. Somebody said, what's sober housing living? So answer that, and then let's jump into how you even arrive to the grass being on the green or on the other side of the field.
All right. So what is sober living? It's houses. It's like affordable housing for recovering addicts, whether it's alcohol, drugs, or whatever. We have a facility where if you've come out of a treatment center, like you've gone to detox, we are home. You can come and stay in our home, and we have it set up where we have house rules. We do random drug tests. So it's a way of a recovering addict now trying to make sure that they get their feet on their, get back on their feet in order to go back out into the world. We are like a safe space with the same kind of individuals trying to get back to life, and they can stay there for as long as they want. They just have to do the random drug test. They have to do house rules. They have curfew. They have all of that chores that they have to do, and then they can stay as long as they want. They have to get a job. And one of the things also is that they have to attend the AA meetings. That's one of the requirements. They have to attend AA meetings and stuff. And with our facility, we partner with another group who actually offers them therapy, helps them
life skills training.
Yeah, life skills training, finding jobs, doing all of that. So it's a great environment for those recovering addicts.
What made you all? Can I just say these women are beautiful inside and out? I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Good
Thank
stuff.
you.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. That's awesome. Good for you guys. So guys, what made you all embark on the journey of sober house living?
Tracy, you want to take that? I can take it, and then you can take it at the end. So originally, but one of the things, or Mount Everest, is affordable housing.
What
And,
is Mount Everest?
it's something that we want to see ourselves do in the next maybe 5 years. Develop a goal, a Mount Everest, a huge goal that we want to accomplish. And so mine was affordable housing to kind of help victims of human trafficking. That's where I started. And that's kind of where I started. So we were looking for houses for that. I think the first house that we found, it kind of didn't lend itself for that. So we're looking for options. And we attended a webinar. As being in this community, you hear about all of these different real estate exit strategies. So we attended a webinar. We heard about sober living. And as Tracy, you can talk, say what you mentioned to Rob earlier.
Yeah.
That the being in this sober living space, we see that there is such a tremendous need for the housing for these people to be able to re-enter into their real life, back into their life. And it's been challenging for them. Most of them, after they have to come into our program clean, drug-free, alcohol-free, clean. They would have had to go through the detox. Most of them come in now, gotta tell you, no job, no money, and really ready. They're like, all right, I'm finished with the detox. I want to try with life again. What do I do? And so they come to us because we have affordable homes for them. They're not going to have to pay the rent that's out there. They can't afford a home. They will share the accommodation with like-minded people who are also on that journey. So we hope that the community that they're in will encourage their sobriety, because everybody is going through the same thing. But you asked for the challenges, Rob, and I have to tell you, we are moved by the need because there is such a great need. But hello, we're in this for the real estate too, for the funds as well. We want to earn money off of this thing. So these are the challenges. We have taken them into our homes because we see their needs. And what we're trying to do is to help them to get jobs so that they can start to fend for themselves. We have the people that Roni mentioned that we're associated with. It's called Coco and Me. And what they do is they provide weekly counseling sessions and the life skill trainings, and they help them with their resume. So it's all intertwined so that everything is joined together so that we can try to bring them back out into the world within our restricted environment, because we have a lot of restrictions, including the random drug tests.
So it's more than just a business; it's a mission.
It is
a mission.
It's a mission.
Yeah.
So you said, you made mention earlier though, Tracy, some of these people don't have jobs. How do you all get paid? Because I mean, it's a business. I understand the mission, and I get it. Vision, mission, is backed by purpose, right?
Yeah.
But I understand the part too about when you basically operating in your purpose and you have a mission. And in order to drive that mission, sometimes you need finances and you need, ability.
Well, that's why we partnered with the people. We I have personally taken them into my car, some of the ones that we've had, and we've gone to different job agencies. I've taken them down the street. We have to go to different places, apply for jobs. They have to apply for jobs every single where, and they, of course, they're entry-level jobs because of their history. So they have to get back into life at whatever they can get. So for us to try to earn money off of this thing, like you say, it has to be a mission first. And we know how, I mean, it's been a challenge, Rob, I have to say. But there's so many partners in this whole space too. That Roni and I just joined, applied for a company who, after going through what we've gone through with sober living, with our sober living homes, and not being able to earn anything from these people who need so much help, rather than sending them out on the street, we have partnered with another company who has decided to be a nonprofit.
Nonprofit, okay.
Yeah, so they're now helping us to fund these clients for at least their first month. So we apply to them, the clients get scholarships, and so we get help at least for the first month, even the second month. It's fantastic. The whole community that's come together to see how we can help these people, because they need help. If they don't get this help, if they don't get this housing and the help that they need, they're going right back out there to get back into the drugs.
And it's so powerful because this mission and what you guys are doing is so amazing, guys. I mean, we need more people like you. I mean, really, you guys are changing lives. You know what I mean? You're changing lives. No, real talk, because I come from a family of alcoholics. And what you just touched on when you said sobriety, being in a community of people who basically want the same thing, that's important.
That's
right. You know what I mean? I guess I'm just still trying to just understand. I want to make sure that the audience understand, like, the money part. I'm trying to understand the money part of, like, I know you said nonprofit. I'm not trying to sell, like, because I understand. I told you I'm with that. We have a lot of ministries and stuff like that. Nonprofits, me and Catherine, me and my wife. But I know the nonprofit part. But are there government assistance programs? Are there like grants or anything that's out there for people that may be looking to break into this industry? Because I'm trying to give it to the third party that's hearing this, that may want to basically embark or even back this type of vision, this type of mission, sober living. How could someone that don't know, because you guys learned about this, is something that was dear to your heart, it resonated with you all, and you just embarked on the journey. How can someone that's hearing this, that say, I resonate with that, how can they start? But with starting something, you need funding and you need money. How do they get started?
We got a kickstart in terms of the home that we got. The home that we bought to start this whole journey was purchased. Roni, maybe you should take it. I'm not hearing anything.
Nope, you're good, Tracy. We had a little feedback coming in the background, but you're good now, Tracy.
Oh, okay. Okay, what was I saying? Oh, right. So our home, we the first one we bought was sub 2. So, and not only was it sub 2, so we had very minimal entry fee, but it was furnished and everything. It was perfect. And so it was really convenient to get into, and we were ready to house these people. But you asked for the challenges, and that's exactly the challenge that we have, which is to provide this home and still earn. We still have to pay the mortgage. We still have to pay the utilities. And so the company that we partnered with, hopefully that will materialize into earning some funds. We know that there are quite a few government agencies out there, and encountering this roadblock is what has, that's our current mission, is to see how we can get funding. Funding is where we're at now. Yes, we want to market to get more people, but we also need the funding. It's a twofold kind of challenge. The reality is it's hard.
Let's talk about some of those trials and tribulations that you face. Again, let's speak to the audience, that they may be looking to break into this industry. What are some of the trials and tribulations that they may face trying to embark on this journey of sober living?
One of the things one of the things that we found out after we joined, obviously we got a mentor to help us to go through the steps. We're in Georgia, so we are GAR certified, which is the Georgia Association for Recovering Residents. We are certified.
Okay.
That helps a lot, meaning we are now on their website. They also share our information with different facilities, with the jails, with the treatment centers, and so on. And we are then now a little bit respected because we went through the steps to become certified. They do site visits and so on. So if there's another GAR facility that needs to probably place somebody somewhere, we would probably be on their list to call because of that. But I think one of the things that we struggled with is we got the house very easy, quickly, and we were just going. We got the certification quickly as well. But what we didn't put in place is the marketing. So we didn't have that system. And that's, I think, our biggest challenge right now is being able to market to not only, I mean, we
and funding.
funding and marketing. But yeah, we as you know, we get people coming to us from all walks of life. As Tracy said, we've gotten people who don't have a cent in their name, can't even pay $1 but we bring them in anyway. But there are other strategies. If we could market, we could get other people who are coming in with guaranteed income. And so I think we need to tap into that a little bit more. Guaranteed income meaning having SSI, guaranteed Social Security funds, or Social Security. So what is it? SSI disability income, and so on. But that takes work, and that we kind of slept on that, I think, to reach out to those particular facilities where we could tap into, that demographic who are getting, who have funds versus just those people who need to work to actually continue, to stay in the property. But yeah, that has been one of our challenges as well.
Wow. So you said so marketing and funding, right? Because of course a lender, they want they money to be returned back to them.
Right.
So it's a risk of when you're going to a lender and you're trying to let them know, like, hey, we have a mission, we have a vision, but also this is this is a ministry, but it's a / business. Do going to a lender, like a private lender, hard money lender, is the interest rates the same? Are they higher? Or do you guys still get in for the same type of rates that you would just buying a regular fix and flip house?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's any different because after we got the first one for sub 2, we got private money lender, 2 private money lenders to purchase our second house, which was good, but the interest rate was not that great. Yeah, so I don't think based on I haven't found a lender yet who would be willing to say, here, Roni, I love your mission. Have this, and you just pay me back,
If you're out there, let us know.
I know.
Let them know. Hey, listen. Hey, guess what, guys? That person may be listening right now because here's the thing, man. I think this is so awesome. I mean, here you are doing something that a lot of people don't even know about. I mean, you heard someone pop up earlier and say, hey, what is sober housing living? What is sober living? They don't even have a clue as to even what that is. And you guys just was so great at explaining as to giving them the breakdown as to, look, it's more than just a business. It's a mission. And
you would never believe how many calls we get, the great need there is out there. And when their needs cannot be filled, they go right back to relapsing.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
sad. It's sad. And so when these people come in and we take them in with the effort, with the hope to help them get jobs and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
some of them get discouraged because it takes a long time to get a job.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them, if when it comes to the end, say like we tell them, okay, after a month, it's, you have to have a job at the end of it. When they're getting close to the month, they're looking at going back at where do they go? And so what are we supposed to do? Send them out on the street?
Wow.
It's
hard.
It's impossible. And I come from a background of hospitality.
Yeah.
I don't know how to send people back out on the street with the challenges they already have mentally, It's so really, it really is a labor of love, and we just have to keep going at it. I mean, the residents that we have now, I can say I love them and they're trying. I know they're trying. I know 2 of them have gotten jobs already. One ended up being a temporary, but there's others who have gotten jobs, and they keep trying because they want to. Some of them, I have to say, have given up and left our program.
Yeah.
So it does happen.
Yeah.
They've left the program, and we're like, okay, we call them. We're like, what's happening? They won't even answer because they know that they are gone back out into the street. So that happens. We've had people who have been with us, and we can see when they start to use again. And they know that they cannot use in our homes. Mm-hmm. It's totally unacceptable. They will just leave as well.
Yeah, they just pack up and go.
It tears our hearts out. I can tell you that. It's hard.
Do they tear? Because here's the thing. I've experienced something recently. So I took over a property recently via Sub 2. I took it over a while ago via Sub 2, maybe over 3 years ago. So when I took the property over, it was a tenant still there. So it was a property manager already in place. So the property manager will report to me, and so for maybe the first year and a half, 2 years, rent paid on time, no problem out of this tenant. But then the property manager started telling me like, hey, they're late, but they usually, catch up. They're 2 months behind, but they usually a catch up on month 3, etc. Right? But that went on for a while to where they got a couple months behind. Mm-hmm. And the guy, would call me like, yeah, he's really good, really good person, man. He's just right now going through a rough time. He's trying to get back on his feet. You should expect for him to, get caught up. But it got to the point to where he got months and months behind. And I'm like, hey, and that's why I was asking you guys like, hey, like how do you, because bills still need to be paid, like, especially when there's a mortgage on the property, you all have private lenders. They're still expecting to get paid. And then it's a term attached to that. So what happened was eventually we had to go and file the eviction. And in the process of us filing the eviction, he ended up, getting out of it one time. And then a few times he got out of the eviction. Then the last time we was finally getting ready to get him out, he just moved. He just left, kind of what you guys are talking about, what you ladies are referring to. And I don't know if you all seen this video, but this was the video when I went to go into the house and roaches started falling from the ceiling. You know what I mean? This thing went like literally like super viral. You know what I mean? Over like 4 million views. And it was like it caught me in the act of the thing because I was going and I just got the keys back to me. He was letting me know, like, look, the keys are there. He said he left the keys there inside, I think, the mailbox where the keys were located. Went, grabbed the keys. My son was recording. We walked in. It was raining roaches, right? So my question to you all is, do you deal with, you saw that video, Harrison? Yeah, it was crazy, man. It's like, so in the midst of trying to do something good, because people don't see that part, you know what I mean? When I was like, you know what? No, he's a couple months behind. Let it slide. It's good. Don't worry about that. And people were like, and mind you, I took it over sub 2, tenant already in place, property manager already in place, but ultimately, like, the guy all on and off, like after, like I said, the first year and a half, 2 years, he always was on and off with his rent, right? So how do they destroy the houses when leaving the houses? Do you guys get these rooms back? Because I know it's co-living, but do you, when you get those rooms back, are they destroyed in any way, shape, or form? Do you experience any of that?
So far, knock on wood.
Right.
So far, it's not been bad at all. I mean, the most they'll do is we provide them with towels and all of those things. The most they'll do is take those. But so far, they haven't destroyed anything really.
That's a blessing, man. That's a blessing.
And we have not had to do any. Our program is not a tenant relationship. They're not renting. They are paying into our program. So we haven't so far had to evict anyone. But the eviction process would be a matter that, number one, they relapse, so they know they can't stay there. Number two, they don't pay their program fees. They know they can't stay there either because we provide so much. Your utilities, everything, we provide so much.
Wi-Fi.
So thank God, so far we have not had to evict anyone. The residents that we have who have encountered the issues that would warrant them leaving have just left without us having to push them out.
Oh, that's a blessing. No, that's a blessing. That's a blessing, man. That's a blessing. What are some of the trials and tribulations or struggles that you've dealt with in the business of sober living?
Basically, just that, really.
Yeah. Relaxing.
I mean, because it really warms your heart. Like we get guest speakers to come in and speak to them.
Wow.
And we sit there in the the meetings, and they are so thankful for that. Deborah was on. Deborah, I think Debbie Harris, she was on. She helped us with a guest speaker who actually came in and poured into them, and so they love it. We do that, once a week or once every 2 weeks, and that at the end of every time I do that session, especially, I'm like, it fills my heart. Like I feel like I'm doing something good for people. Right? It's an amazing feeling.
That's the part. That's the part. When you doing what you was just like, when you're operating in purpose and you doing the thing that you naturally would do, that you just felt as though that that you was designed, that you was shaped, that you was molded to do and to be. It's just like I tell people all the time, you don't wake up just to go to work. You wake up to go to life.
That's
and
right.
You ladies are glowing because every day you're waking up to go to life. And it's like in the midst of trials and tribulation, you just like, I'm fulfilling purpose.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And when somebody said it earlier, like when you're operating in purpose, it's a domino effect. You know what I mean? The money is a byproduct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what, Rob. I mean, reality is, we can't say we're winning. We are still finding funds elsewhere to pay the bills. But for some reason, I gotta tell you, we always seem to find it.
Wow.
We always seem to find it somehow. Something happens, and we get by. One more month, and we get by. And it's just the universe, I guess.
Somebody said, what's the craziest things that's happened while doing this? You guys just had a crazy experience with a contractor, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let's talk about that. They want to know the craziest things. I heard a little bit about that story. Let's tap into that a little bit. Because people right now, rather it's sober living, rather it's fix and flip, rather it's buy and hold, they have to hire contractors. So you guys had a major issue with a contractor that I think even led to litigation, right, guys? Like it's major, right? Let's talk about that a little bit.
So we signed a contract. We've got our third house. Signed a contract with a reputable contractor nationwide, big contractor, said all the things, dotted all, showed that they would, set up a camera at your house to keep your mind at ease because we have security in place. If we finish, like they said that they'd finish within 6 to 7 weeks. If we finish like in 5 weeks, you are responsible. We are responsible to pay them like 4%. And I was like, okay, you finish early, I'd be happy with that. So I signed that contract. If they finish like later than the 7 weeks that they promised, they are supposed to pay us 3%.
Oh, okay.
But because they had all of those things in place, everything was perfect. All those things in place. I even had different bidders coming in, and I was encouraged to go with these people.
Wow.
So we did that, and they didn't start anything until after 3 weeks. I had to kind of, because of the
wait. 3 weeks after the start date, they were supposed to start? Oh, wow. Red flag. Okay.
Project was supposed to be 6 weeks, right, Ronnie?
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 6 weeks. They already 3 weeks in. That's only leaving for 3 weeks. Okay.
That should have been the red flag.
Yeah, red flag. Go on.
So, Rob, I told you this because, of course, I came to you for advice.
Yeah.
We had to pay them 25% upfront before we signed the contract. Or when we signed the contract.
I cringe every time you tell me that. You know that, right?
Yes.
I don't.
Learning experience, let me tell you.
Guys, don't pay that much up front when hiring a contractor, guys. But Brody, she got a little bit of money, right? Brody, look, they got a little bit of money, but go on.
So, but again, because of this community that we're in, I was able to reach out to somebody who is like way up in our community. And he was like, these people are crazy. And so we had a group chat with him in there, the owner of the contractors in there. And every time, like at the end, after the 25, because I did a loan. So I had withdrawals. And I'm like, okay, tell me, where are you at now in terms of what have you done with the 25% I paid you already? Show me so that I could go and get the loan, because I had to front that money, go and get the loan so I could at least recover that. But when you do a loan with a lender, when you take a draws from a lender, they come in with their inspector and they expect to see certain things done.
Yep.
This particular,
or they release the next draw to you.
Exactly. So this particular contractor, he or they would do, like, put up a door here, do part of the bathroom here. Nothing was ever finished, right? And as a result, I couldn't even submit that draw to the lender, because the lender will only pay when work is completed. Like, you say you're asking money for a bathroom. The bathroom is not done. You put up the shower walls, but the bathroom is still incomplete. I'm not even giving you the money for the shower wall. I need to give you the full money for that bathroom, so that bathroom has to be completed. So we went through that. So even after that, and one of the things that they would say to us is, we need fuel in the tank. We need fuel in the tank to keep going. We can't go if we don't have fuel, and the fuel is the money. So at first we were going to cancel the contract then. But again, Tracy and I are newbies. And he said, we're talking to the owner. And even he said this a few times, I'm the owner. He had a chip on his shoulder. He is the owner of this nationwide company. He shouldn't be talking to me, right?
Yeah.
But because of who we know, because of this wonderful community, he had to be on the phone with us. So he said, we tried to cancel the contract, man. And he's like, oh, you're going to be in breach. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. And then he hung up on us during a Zoom call. He hung up. He exited the Zoom call. Like, I guess back in the day, you would hang up the phone. He just left the Zoom call, right? So we got our guy talking to him. He called me back. okay, Ronnie, I'm going to work with you. I'm going to work with you, and we're going to do everything that we promised. So the next time,
at this point, how many weeks are y'all all in at this point?
I think the 3 or 4 weeks, 4 weeks,
About 4 or 5 weeks.
4 or 5 weeks.
But
yeah,
you're far from being
fully
fully
near to be done. Yeah. So the next time, no. So I paid the money. I paid the second. Oh, when I asked for the explanation or whatever, they need fuel in the tank, they sent me another invoice. So I paid now 50% of the budget.
Oh, so you 50% in now.
50% in, and
it wasn't 50% done.
This is one of the biggest lessons we've learned in real estate. So after that, no, I'm still asking, hi guys, send me where you are, what you're doing, because I can't do a draw yet. So what happened at that point? Oh, they now hired a customer support specialist. So I am now liaising with her, talking to her, and she's talking to the
team,
contractors and whoever, the project managers or whatever. And she's saying, oh, but your budget is not right. You should be paying out, like 100,000, and your budget is only 50,000. The thing, you need to probably pay more money than what was signed on the contract. And I'm like, heck no, that is not happening.
Yeah, okay.
He comes and call with me, and he's like, I think you need to probably pay like $25,000 more, and we would do it, go halfway or whatever. And I'm like, no, you guys came up with this budget. You did. We signed the contract on that budget. So you are supposed to do everything you said you're going to do with the budget in mind. I get it. I hear this in real estate. You have contingencies and
and you have delays.
And you have delays, right? But nothing like this. Anyway,
you have change orders. You can have change orders if something unforeseen was found that wasn't agreed upon within the original contract.
Exactly. No change orders. Nobody came to us with any change orders. Nothing. But he almost every line item was over $1,000 when eventually they started sending me stuff. So that's the second time, and again, our friend got involved, and the guy said, okay, it's a turnkey project. We're gonna deliver everything, based on the budget. All right, fine. Third time, no. We're like, okay, wait a minute. Let's meet I think I paid what? I paid the third installment. So they have
75% of your money.
Yes.
Let's pause for a second.
75%. So we actually met the other co-owners, 2 owners. We met the other owner.
So 75%, he's still in. He has 75% of your money. And guys, we got to get ready to close out soon. We got to finish this story because I need the audience to realize it can get real in the midst of fulfilling purpose, mission-driven, real estate. These things can happen. So you listen to this story, guys. She's being very transparent with you right now. Please take this in. Continue on, Roni.
Right. So 75%, we met the co-owner at the property. We're like, show us where you have done this money that's worth 75%. And we walked around it with him. Luckily, I carried another Julian with me. Julian is always by our side. And he's like, we don't move without Julian. But luckily, Julian was there. And he was like, oh, yeah, that's true. You guys still have funds in, because they already sent me the final payment, the final invoice. You still have funds, so we're going to finish like the bathrooms and the floors. And then you will pay the final invoice, and we will finish the rest of the house, the kitchen, where they hadn't done anything in the kitchen. There's no cabinet in the kitchen now. They were supposed to complete the garage. Nothing is done. I, again, wanting this project to be done quickly, paid the final payment. So these guys have 100% of budget.
And they've probably done about 1/3 of the job.
we are now 14 or 15 weeks. 15 weeks, Trace? Since we started this project. The house is not done. And then we're hearing stories of other investors having the same problems with these guys nationwide. Wow. Another big guru in real estate posted, if you work with this team, get out now. Do not work with them because they are, what is the word? Contractor.
Contractor.
Wow.
Yep. So long and short of it is, at this point, I said, they said the budget that they had for the kitchen cabinet was not enough. So I need to either give them more money, which I wasn't gonna do, or have somebody else come in and do the kitchen cabinets. I said, okay, fine. I'll go get somebody. Got somebody to come in, give me a quote. The plan was for them to refund me the amount of budget that they had for kitchen, and then so that I could pay whoever is coming in. Mm-hmm. Found a guy. He was a little bit above, but it was fine. They have something in their contract that if I get a contractor to come in while they're doing the work there, mm-hmm. to pay them 25% on top of that contractor.
They told us to get somebody else,
because
they're going to charge us.
Right. So I said, at this point, hell no.
Exactly. I already know where you're going with this. Y'all crazy. Y'all done lost y'all minds.
I said, right. The house, based on the contract that we signed, I need kitchen. You need to put the kitchen in there.
So no kitchen, nothing.
Nothing is in that, no kitchen.
All right, ladies, we gotta go ahead and land this flight. We gotta land. I need y'all to draw. Wait a minute. So let's conclude this. Wait. So in conclusion, 100% paid to the contractors. They never finished the home, and you're left holding the bag. Later, find out that they're a whole basically contractor Ponzi scheme.
And on top of that, Rob, they are not licensed general contractors in the state of Georgia.
I'm about to do circles in this room. I'm about to do circles. I'm about to do donuts. This stuff drives me mad because
it's a learning experience.
I've been through stuff like this before, man. And this is why that's what this podcast is built upon. This stuff right here, Tracy. This stuff right here, Roni. To give the audience the proper education that they need. It's a must. It's a must-have. You need this education. You need to be careful. We touched on it earlier. I don't care how big the person look on social media. Right. I don't care how broad the name may be on the billboard.
Right.
If it's not in writing, it doesn't exist, for one. And two, make sure that you outline in the contracts things that is not in favor of the contractor, but also in favor of you. For instance, I was telling Ronan, I said one of the things that should have been a contingency within the contract was that when they went past their 6-week commitment to you all, in my contractors start getting docked every day that they're over. So what happens is that start deducting from the total payment from my contractors, right? So this ain't about like, guys, I've done that. I do this now, but I haven't always done that because this same thing happened to me. Mm-hmm. So I guarantee going forward that Roni and Tracy is going to take something like that into consideration. What happens if you guys don't finish on time?
Right. Yeah.
Like, I know you got this contingency or this stipulation within the contract that states that you're going to basically pay us this if you finish early, but what happens if you finish late? Yeah. Because every day that goes by and they taking out a private money lender loan against this property, guys, they're paying fees. They paying
exactly.
They're losing money. That's the part that he said that's crazy. Yes, that's crazy. People don't understand that. In the world that we operate in, a lot of people that buy houses like us, we're borrowing this money from a private lender. So every day that goes by, guys, we're paying interest on that loan.
Right.
And people just think that's why time is of the essence. The contractor need to meet deadlines. The work deadline within a contract wasn't just created for the fun of it. Wasn't just created just cause. It's because every day that goes by, we're losing money, not making money. And we're in the business of making money, not losing money, guys.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Hey, guys, give a hand clap and some love in the chat, guys, for these ladies right here, man. I tried to tell y'all, they're amazing. They're amazing. They're true go-givers. They live from that place of givers, guys. This is what I be talking about, how when you give from that place of abundance, you will live from the place of abundance, guys. This is awesome, because this is purpose, this is mission, this is somebody that's basically saying they're giving y'all hand claps all in the comment section, guys. They listen. This is what it's about. It's about transparency. It's about coming on here, bringing people. Thank y'all, man, for giving the gift up, man. And thank you all, Tracy and Roni, for sharing your journey. Thank you all for coming on here today and being transparent. Thank you all for being unique and incredible women. I mean, you guys are the epitome. Like, you guys are the definition of what I would consider a go-giver. Before we exit, before we leave today, any advice that you would recommend to the audience that's listening into this show today, that you would give to them, last words of inspiration? Rather it's a book, rather it's an audio, rather it's a trial and tribulation, an experience that you've actually encountered, that you would leave with the audience. Final words, starting with you, Roni.
Oh, with me? Oh, no. I guess just find your community, find your tribe, find your community. And yeah, basically, if it's not for Rob, if it's not for Julian, it's not for Abraham. Abraham even helped a little bit too. It's Pace, Jamil. Just find your community.
All my brothers, man.
Yeah.
Everyone you just mentioned, I have a close relationship with everyone you just mentioned. Abraham was already on here. He was a guest. On here already. Yeah, Abraham was already on here. I'm about to get Pace and Jamel on here in one of the upcoming episodes, man. I got a bunch of the oldest club members, that's already been on here, that's already on the schedule to attend. Yes. Tracy, final words of advice, words of encouragement for the audience. What's one piece you would leave them with? Someone that's looking to break into the business, maybe hitting up against the ceiling. Words of
inspiration. You know what, Rob? It's kind of the same. Tap into the community. It's the hardest thing to think that you can do this alone. You can't. I mean, I have Roni, who we rely on each other so much, but it also gives us strength to know that we have each other. Yeah. But we feel even more comfortable to know that we have the community to tap in to as well. And that gives us strength. It gave us strength to even take our first step. The community is who kept pushing us. Every step of the way kept saying, just do it. Just do it. It's the community. If we didn't have the community, we probably would still be sitting in the bystanding, as bystanders. Yeah. Watching everybody else and saying, dang, how are they doing this? Yeah. But we were encouraged, we were pushed, and our hands were held. And so I think that's why we are where we are, because of the community.
And mindset, Rob. Mindset has a lot to do with it as well.
Ladies, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rob.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being givers. Thank you for being leaders. You guys mentioned it a ton of times in the community. Thank you for shining bright in this world of darkness that we live in today. You guys are you guys are a light bulb And I'm talking about you guys are literally light in the midst of this dark world because you guys are genuinely out here giving to people from the like literally from the depths of your soul and from your heart. And I just want to appreciate you guys. I want to give you your flowers. I want to say thank you again, not only for joining the podcast today, but also joining the show on today, but also just being the woman that you are and just being go-givers that you are. Thank you guys for joining us today. Thank you.
I have one last word.
Talk
Rob,
to us. Yes.
thank you. Thank you for giving us this platform.
Man,
I felt like I got something off my chest today.
I told you, man. Y'all was with your brother, D. Harrison. Said thank you, thank you, Tracy, Ronnie, and Rob. Thank you, D. Harrison, for supporting the show. Participate and left a lot of good gems. I seen you was commenting the whole time. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. We're gonna go ahead and let you go, Ronnie. Get back to your families. I'm gonna go ahead and land this plane. Thank you, ladies. Come on, son. Let's take them home. All right, guys. Thank you, Ronnie. Thank you, Tracy. Hey, guys, with that being said, man, there it is. Let's go ahead and summarize what we talked about today. All right. Action steps, guys. Yes, watch the podcast. I got a lot of these shows on my channel. Go there, binge watch. But, guys, you got to take action. You got to take action, man. You want to connect with somebody like Ronnie and Tracy, right? The information is going to be in the description section of the on YouTube in the description section. And just make sure you take notes and highlights of what we mentioned today, guys, on making sure that if it's not in writing, it doesn't exist. Keep everything in writing. I don't care who it's with. I don't care if it's, look, you want to do, like I have a tree link inside. Everybody that noticed about me on my IG page, you want to link with me on my team and things like that. You know, we have a tree link where you can go in there and apply to link with me and my team. I also have a new link to where I'm going to be dropping things like books. I have a couple speaking engagements coming up. I'm going to be doing a lot of coaching and things like that, guys. Go there, register in that link now. I think it's already on my tree link to where you can basically be notified when I'm going to be speaking somewhere, right? When I drop a book, when I drop, you know, maybe people have been asking me when the coaching program dropping and things like that. And it's like, man, you know, I always tell people, like, I don't have my own coaching program, but this right here just within itself is a coaching program, guys. I mean, if you go back and you just watch these episodes, this is $1 million worth of game, literally, guys. I guarantee just from this show, these episodes, you can get your first 2-3 deals up off the ground. And as we continue to build upon this rock, man, and build this empire that we're building, you're going to be able to go out there and do greater exploits, because as I grow, you're going to continue to grow. But guys, walk with me, man. Walk with me. I'm here, guys, just to be a giver. That's it, guys. So continue to support the movement. Continue to support. Go subscribe to the YouTube page, guys. Y'all blowing up the IG. I appreciate it. Man, I think where we at right now, almost like 40K subscribers within the past 2 months, man. We appreciate y'all, man. But go and support the YouTube channel, guys, because that's the long form content. And that's the stuff that's going to continue to teach people the real how-to portion of the business. You're not going to really learn that from the little 30-second minute snippets that YouTube, IG and Facebook only allowed you to put up there, right? Subscribe to the channel, like, comment. I appreciate y'all for joining, man. Let's continue to go and grow. I'll see you on the next video. Let's get it, guys. Be blessed.